Just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving.
Hello and welcome to today's video. So if you are new here, my name is Jennifer. I am currently 35 weeks pregnant. This is going to be my second baby. I already have a daughter who is 3.5, and on this channel I talk about all things motherhood, lifestyle, travel, family vlogs. So if you're interested in any of that, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video for more content. So today's video, I am sharing my breastfeeding must-haves, essentials, favorites, and even some new products that I will be testing out. So just a little bit of background regarding my breastfeeding history. I did exclusively breastfeed my firstborn, my daughter. We actually had quite a journey in terms of length. She was about 2.5, maybe even close to 3 when we officially stopped. It was a long time, but it was well worth it personally, because it was more of making sure that her timeline was aligned with my timeline. And anyway, that is kind of just a quick little history. So I figured I would share the things that I used on my first journey, then also share what I will be reusing, or maybe something new that I will be using on my next journey that I am about to partake in. So first, let's just start off with, I guess, like the number one thing, a breastfeeding pillow. So this is the Boppy. And I will say, with full disclaimer, I didn't love the Boppy. Like, I wasn't obsessed with it, but it did what it needed to do. And I didn't see a need to change it, because it allowed me to comfortably breastfeed my daughter. It gave us support, and I was able to use it for other things like tummy time and practice sitting up and all those things. So I have nothing against this. It's just I have a feeling that there may be other products on the market that might have been better. But again, since I had no actual issues with it, I would still recommend it. I just think that it might not be the best. So I'm going to be perfectly honest about that. But anyway, this worked out great for me, and it's nice that this cover does come off so you can wash this. I did have a couple of extras. I might have gotten rid of them because they might have gotten too stained or they're just too old. So I'll probably need to purchase a couple of extra covers, because that was very helpful. Like if she, had a little like spill, or if I had a spill or something on it, it was very easy to just swap out the covers as opposed to trying to clean the actual pillow inside. So yes, I would definitely recommend some sort of nursing pillow with extra covers for easy cleanup. So this is not exactly a part of like breastfeeding, but something I'm going to do this time is I'm going to set up this little mini fridge next to my bed in case I need to store milk at night and I don't want to get up and bring the milk that either I've collected, or if for some reason I need to pump or something. I don't want to have to go all the way downstairs to the kitchen to store it in the fridge. So having a mini fridge like this, I think, will be really, really helpful. I never thought about it the first time around because I didn't have, I was not living in a house with multi-levels. I was in an apartment, and it just wasn't necessary. So that is something I've added new, but could be really, really helpful just for like those late nights, middle of the night, early mornings, where all you want to do is feed your baby, get them to sleep, and then you go back to sleep. So I figured this would be super helpful, and that way it's just somewhere to store it until I'm able to bring it to an actual fridge and properly store the breast milk. So something to think about. So something that you will need is some sort of collector. Now, if you are a first-time mom or a seasoned mom, you will most likely have heard about the Haka, and that's what this is, this guy right here. So I purchased a new Haka. It is more or less a manual breast pump, but it's also kind of like a collector. So if you don't know what that means, is basically if you're feeding your baby on one side, you're going to, most likely especially in the beginning stages, you're going to have milk coming out the other side. So you're gonna wanna be able to collect that because breast milk is precious and you don't wanna waste any of it. So this is one of the tools that you could use. So you basically, if you don't know, you like flip it over like that, you push like that, and then you put your nipple in and then just lock it in. So I ended up getting the Haka with the Haka Ladybug combo. It's like a combo pack. So this is truly a collector. This one is truly a collector. This is not a pump. This is technically a pump, like a manual, but this is just a collector. I got both because I found that while the Haka does work, it can be very, very like awkward because it just like sticks out like that, especially when feeding. And if you got a kicking baby, they could very easily kick that guy off. So I got one of these just because I know that it works. And I did also purchase a little lid because again, this kind of goes into like if I'm, you know, collecting, I can maybe put milk in here, cover it up, and then stick it in my little mini fridge. So something to think about. But I did want to get a collector of some sort because I know that there will be milk coming out the other side and I don't want to lose that. So that's why I got the combo. I did previously have the LV Catch, and I'm going to go into the LV because that's actually the breast pump that I have. But while it did what it needed to do, I didn't feel like it was worth the price of repurchasing that because I did get rid of the old one just because, you know, it is several years old and I didn't want to reuse it. I wanted to kind of refresh some of these things. But I would recommend a catch of some sort, something to catch that milk because you do not want to let it go to waste. Since I already mentioned it, let's talk about a breast pump. So even if you don't plan on pumping milk necessarily for like a stash or something, you're most likely going to want to have a breast pump just because it could be used for different reasons. So in the beginning, I used a breast pump to help get my milk going because my milk was a little bit late to come in. So I think it's something that definitely helps and can be helpful, especially if maybe you don't plan on pumping all the time, but you're gonna miss a feeding or you need to get away for a few hours and baby still needs milk. So you're gonna want to have a pump handy. Now, you don't necessarily need to have this particular pump, but this is the one that I used and I really, really liked. I actually used this LV pump, which I'll show in just a second, and I also used the Spectra 2. Now the Spectra 2 is great. It's a great breast pump, but it's leaves you stationary. Like you're stuck to a machine because it needs to be plugged in. I think there is a version where you could like carry the machine with you, but it's bulky, it's big, and it just doesn't make sense, especially for me because I already have a 3.5-year-old. It's not going to make sense. Like if I need to pump and I can't, I just don't think it'll make sense. Like I won't be able to just sit there and not move and not be distracted or not be bothered. So that is particularly why I am reusing my LV. So this is the actual pump parts. So like this is basically meant to be able to like go in like to your bra or something and help you pump on the go. So I think I have mostly. So you do have to charge it. So it comes with the charging cables. It comes with these like little baggies if you need to take it on the go. So this is the breast pump that I plan on using. So I'll kind of show the different parts that go with it. So I did have to purchase new shields because I only had, I forget, so on the LV, the different flange sizes are determined by the little shape. So this is a circle And there is a key, I think, on the instruction manual, but I just have to look it up. There's a triangle, and then this is a square. So it's 21, 24, and 28 millimeters. So if you don't know, you do need to adjust your flange size for different stages of your breastfeeding journey. Something I did not know about, and I wish I had, because I tell you, there were times when I was like, I don't understand how I could not be collecting milk. Like, this doesn't make any sense. And then I figured it. I bought new, I can't remember the names of these things. I'm so sorry. So, but I can like link like the different parts that I purchased, because you do want to replace some of these, especially, you know, over time. Yeah, so you want to replace the shield. Maybe not necessary to replace, because you could clean and sanitize it, but I just did it because I think I just got rid of the old ones and I just replaced them anyway. So you want to replace these though. This little duckbill, this thing, these parts you want to replace. I did replace the catch. So this is nice also if you're, you know, if you're pumping. This comes with a lid, so you can actually store the milk this way if you needed to. So this is what it kind of just looks like when it's all together, and the milk collects in here, and you put your nipple in there and you pump like that. So and all of this has to be washed and like cleaned and sanitized, so that's why I'm just kind of throwing it around at the moment. You're gonna want to have a breast pump handy, especially if there are any issues with your supply, or if you need to create a bottle for your baby while you're gone. You're gonna want a breast pump. Going on with breast pump, something else that you're gonna want is a manual hand pump. Now, it might seem like overkill, but honestly, I am very, very happy that I have this, because I actually didn't end up buying one until quite late in my journey, I think. And I do have to check my flange sizes, because this is a 25 millimeters, so I don't know. But anyway, you need some sort of manual hand pump, because these actually work great. These are fantastic, and I wish I had known about this earlier in my journey, because when, especially if like you're on the go and you need to like release some milk, this is so much better than having to kind of carry around like this thing. Like it's not like travel friendly, like it's still pretty big, right? It takes up some space, but it's something that will get the job done, I think, the fastest and the most efficiently. And you don't have to worry about cords or like multiple parts and this and that, whatever. This, I think, is great for on the go, or if you just don't want to have to worry about charging your breast pump, or if you're not already connected to something, all those things. So I would highly recommend a manual hand pump, especially if something happens to your electric breast pump. You don't want to be stuck without another option. So that's what I would say. Now, to go along with your milk, if you are planning to build a stash or just need somewhere to store things, you're gonna want some breast milk bags, so storage bags. So I kind of just stick on brand. I went with the Lenasaw one. They work great, like there's nothing wrong with them, but you could use any brand, honestly, as long as it properly seals and stores the milk. And yeah, that's basically it. This is something new. I purchased the Frida lactation massager. I heard about this and I was like, you know what, this could be great. So basically you would use this if you needed to kind of release milk, like if you had like a clogged duct, or if it's something like maybe like you waited too long to feed or waited too long to pump or whatever. This can be super helpful because it is a massager, and I do believe slightly heated. So I remember I had gone through a couple times where I don't know what happened, but basically I waited too long and I had issues. So I had to like manually massage and like get in like a hot shower, get like a hot like towel, like do all the things to just like help release and unclog the ducts and like all that. So I'm trying to be better prepared this time by having the tools ready at hand. So this is something new that I am excited to try and hopefully will work out great. All right, so this last thing is not exactly for breastfeeding, but it is for breastfeeding because I'm going to use it to clean bottles and to clean pump parts. But it is basically an electric brush bottle cleaner with all these like little attachments, and it's electric, so like it kind of does the work for you, but it's also nice because you could travel with it like this. Like this is how it comes, and I'm pretty excited to use it. It's also nice because you can use like this little thing like to dry like parts if you needed to, but you know, but anyway, the reason I got that was because one, we needed a new, I needed a dedicated bottle brush cleaner for said bottles and pump parts, but also I wanted something that would just make the process a little bit easier. Whether or not I'm gonna regret it, we'll see, but for now it seems like a good idea to me. Okay, the next thing you're gonna want, and it might seem super simple, super basic, but you're not gonna wanna forget, you're going to want a good nursing bra. So I've tried a few. I've tried the ones where like it's more like a bralette and you just like kind of pull it open to the side and stuff. It doesn't work for me. I am a bit of a chesty girl. So I have found that I really like the one from Auden. This is a one from Target. And I mean, you can get any brand honestly, but I basically like it because it has built-in cups that don't move. That is huge for me. I don't understand why cups should be removable. They should either be there or they shouldn't be. That's just me. They have built-in cups. They have the three, you know, this might be better to show in the nude bra. Yeah, so built-in cups. They have the 3 clasps, adjustable band, but soft. There's no like wire, nothing. It's soft. It's, you know, comfortable to wear. Adjustable straps, which is super important, and of course the clip for easy pull down. So this I found, this specific one I found has been the most comfortable for me. I remember I slept in, I lived in these bras forever, and they were easy to pump in with my LV pump. They were easy for feeding. It was just, it was nice. And then obviously, I don't know if it comes in another color. It might, but I really just stuck to black and nude, and this is like my whole supply because I think I have to wash these. I'm sure I washed them before I put them away, but I gotta wash them again before baby is coming, and I basically will be living in these again. Before I wrap this up, I did want to talk about a few things that I'm not showing that I don't have. So one thing is I don't have any of the nipple covers, like those silver cups, or even like the breast pads. I just found that I didn't really need it. Now, was that 100% of the time? No, but I personally, on my journey, I just never actually needed those products, and I didn't see a need to buy them for this journey unless I had to. And of course, if for some reason I felt like, oh, I really need some like breast pads or like whatever, I could just purchase them. It's not a big deal. But I'm not purchasing certain things in advance without knowing that I'm actually gonna need it. Because one of the mistakes I made as a first-time mom during my first, you know, full pregnancy, I bought things that were recommended or must-haves that I didn't actually need, and I wasn't able to return it because of whether it's time or for sanitary purposes, all those things. So I didn't want to purchase things that I didn't need. And then another thing that you might notice is missing is like nipple butter or nipple cream. So again, I did purchase a nipple cream during my first journey, but I don't know, this could just be my girl, but when I put it on, even if I wiped it off, she did not like the taste of it at all. Like it was, oh my God, like yeah. So I just stopped using it, and it was just, it wasn't necessary for me, and it wasn't worth it to like not have my daughter feed just because of that. So that is why those are just like a few things you're gonna see that I do not have on my must-haves like list. I do not have that prepared. While some of the items I have are a little bit extra, some of them are more for just like for the convenience factor and nice to have, or some things are essential. But I will say every journey was going to be different and unique. So make sure you think about yourself, you think about what your body needs and adjust as necessary. That's just really the important part. You want to be as flexible as you can, especially when it comes to feeding your child, because you want your child to be healthy and happy. So that is going to be it for this video. I hope this gave you an idea of just some of the things that you're going to need and maybe some of the things you're going to want for your breastfeeding journey. And maybe if you're already on your journey, this kind of help if you feel like you're missing something, or if you just didn't know something like about the different flange sizes. You know, I hope I offered some advice or wisdom, and I hope it was helpful to you. So like I said, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video for more content, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Just loving